hug. Thank you so much for being here. Although I have to tell you something very funny, because when we are going in the album order, today, I was at Soundcheck Party and they told me, actually, in the UK edition, Extraordinary Day was not track 4. And you didn't have Nobody Listened on the album. It blew my mind. So anyway, but this is track 4 in my mind. So this next track is an exploration from the identity to ordinary days to extraordinary days. And I've always said there are some days in your life that feel like any other until suddenly they just are not. And these past couple of years coming back to the UK, I have noticed that there's only a few topics that people might ask me about in life, and it's kind of like a time capsule, and I realise in doing this album it's kind of like picking up again where we left off. Because whilst I do not live in any one moment, I acknowledge that it was such a unique moment in being diagnosed with cancer at the same time as having a #1 album. Now, I'm healthy and strong, and we are here 20 years later. We are still Now I know that there's been so many other challenges since then, since that day. You've all had your challenges, we've all grown, all these different paths, but I'm going to walk you through this particular songwriting and what this song was written about, because it was written about the day I was told that I had cancer. So I remember it kind of like it was yesterday. I was doing promo, I was coming over to your beautiful selves over here in the UK, doing the Top of the Pops and all the different shows, headed stateside to continue that trajectory. But I was doing Rolling Stone in the morning, we'd had our third #1 single and the album was #1. And I was coming back over, headed to the States on the Wednesday, and I was in the studio, I started writing, and I was just exhausted, you know, just sort of burning the candle. And I remember my beautiful songwriter Vince, who was with me, I could see he was getting a little bit emotional, and I heard a knock at the door and my mum walked into the studio. We were working on a Christmas song. And she sort of gave me a look, I've got to take you to the hospital, and my brother walked in behind her, and I was like, what's he doing here? He doesn't come into the city and see me. And I knew that they both kind of said, well, we've got to take you to the hospital, and I said, I'm not going anywhere, tell me what's happened. They said, they think you have cancer. And I remember the moment, what it felt like when life splits into two, before the news and after the news. And that realisation that everything was about to change, not just health, but my dreams, my sense of direction, the butterfly effect of that day that would change the trajectory to my dreams. But making it through a life-changing day, which I'm sure you can relate to, is quite extraordinary. So this song is about finding your way through an extraordinary day.